Hi, my name is Kirsten Mann. I'm a senior at the University of Oklahoma, and the purpose of this presentation is to reflect and discuss on the topic of misappropriation of Native American culture in popular American music. So, Native American stereotypes are constantly in today's popular American music, and they tend to make misappropriations of the culture. So, for those of you who do not know, misappropriation is the action and unauthorized use of another's identity without that person's permission, and it can cause harm to that person. So, examples of misappropriation to American Indian culture is singing red face, racial antipathy, idolized sympathy, cultural misappropriation, and cultural confusion in playing Indian. So one that we see a lot in popular American music is singing red face. Singing red face is when a non-native person takes on racial stereotypes of a Native American character through song. So examples of singing red face that kind of like breaks it down that we see a lot is racial slurs. So racial slurs are typically used in songs to reference a character. So, for example, in the 1968 song by Loretta Lynn, Your Squaw's on a Warpath, we see both racial slurs and storytelling that creates a stereotype for natives. So, in this song, we see a native woman who's married to an Indian man with a drinking problem. This song kind of draws a picture that the Indian man goes out drinking a lot and tries to hook up with other women while his wife, who he refers to as squaw, is at home cleaning and looking after the kids. And the wife is aware of this behavior and she's angry. So Lynn uses the terms like TP in reference to the home, and she also uses terms such as peace pipe, war dance, and chief. Another song that uses the word squaw is the 1961 song Indian Giver by Annette Fenincilio. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her last name right, so I do apologize. She also uses the term squaw. She uses Indian Giver and Injun, so I don't know if I'm saying that one right as well. So I do apologize for that, but Injun is spelled INJUN. So I researched what those words meant, and from what I learned, squaw kind of translates to a woman's female anatomy. Indian Giver is a person who reigns transaction, and then Injun is a simplistic pronoun for Indian. Another song that is more popular to my generation, which also uses a lot of singing red face, is the 1994 song Indian Outlaw by Tim McGraw. So Tim McGraw uses terms like wigwam, tom-tom, pipe, medicine man, hickory bow, and teepee. The way these terms are used in the song kind of created a controversy because it kind of misrepresented the Native American culture. So for those of you who haven't heard the song, it kind of goes, I'm an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw, my baby, she's a Chippewa, she's a one of a kind. And then you get past the chorus and it says, you can find me in my wigwam, I'll beat on my tom-tom, pull out the pipe and smoke you some, hey, pass it around. And then it goes further on in the song past the chorus again. I remember the medicine man, he caught me running water in my hand, dragged me around by my headband, said I wasn't her kind. And then past the course again, I can kill a deer or buffalo with just my arrow and my hickory bow. From 100 yards, don't you know, I do it all the time. They gather around my teepee late at night trying to catch a peek at me in nothing but my buffalo briefs. I got 'em standing in line. And then towards the end of the song it says, Cherokee people, Cherokee tribe, so proud to live, so proud to die. So what this song kind of describes is a man who is half Cherokee, half Choctaw, and if you take the definition of outlaw, it means he has broken the law. And in the song, he's dating a woman who's a Chippewa. And the song claims he lives in a dome-shaped hut and he plays a tom-tom. So I also learned that tom-tom is a word that was created by non-natives. And then he smokes a pipe, and basically by the end of the song we kind of realize he's a ladies' man. And then, so another thing we see a lot with misappropriation of the Indian culture and popular American music is racial antipathy. So racial antipathy is a strong dislike, opposition, or anger towards a race. So a song that to me is more well known, more my generation again, would be from the 1995 Disney film Pocahontas. So the song that to me used a lot of racial antipathy was the song Savages. So the song starts out with the governor, who's known as Governor Ratcliffe, after guy comes in saying, hey, John Smith has been taken. So he's thinking, oh, let's get, the colonizers all kind of hyped up. So he starts singing, what can you expect from filthy little heathens? Here's what you get when the races are diverse. Their skin is hellish red, they're only good when dead, they're vermins, as I said, and worse. Then the British colonizers all chime in chorus, chanting and singing the words, they're savages, savages. And it kind of goes on like that. So the song kind of portrays that the poeton, I don't know if I'm saying that right either, people are barely even human, are uncivilized, and they are no good unless they're dead. So to me, that kind of hits right on the point of racial antipathy. So another thing we see a lot when it comes to popular American music, especially in music videos, is playing Indian. So playing Indian is when a non-native person pretends to be a Native American Indian. We tend to see non-natives playing Indian a lot in today's society, not just in music videos, but also we see it a lot with sporting teams' mascots, Halloween costumes, reenactments of Thanksgiving. So one of my earliest memories of Native American culture was probably in the first grade when my teacher put on a Thanksgiving play, and she separated the class into Pilgrims and Indians. Well, I was on the Indian side, and so we took those brown paper sacks from the grocery store. We cut them up and kind of made these vests that were supposed to be makeshift rawhide, look-likes, whatever. And we painted what we thought looked native, and we sewed on beads. And that was our idea of the Indian. And then we had a fake paper mache headdress that we put fake feathers in, or those colorful feathers that we got from Hobby Lobby. And then something that also stood out to me was I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I went to a high school where our mascot was the Union Redskins. And it didn't really hit me how bad of a controversy it was in town until my senior year when the school actually tried to change the mascot. My senior year, the school started getting a lot of backlash because we allowed our football team to run through a teepee. And all the other surrounding towns that actually had Native Americans in it, so Tahlequah, they all found it very offensive. So the school actually tried to change the mascot. It never actually worked out because alumni and current students just weren't on board with it. So that's kind of what I learned about Native American culture growing up. And it didn't really hit me how offensive and how it affects the Native American culture until my senior year of high school. And then, so another example of playing Indian that I learned about today during my research was back in 2012, Gwen Stefani came out with a music video for her single Looking Hot. In the music video, she dressed up as a Native American. She wore a tribal dress, moccasin boots, a feathered hair dress. And in the music video, she's getting arrested by cowboys, and the cowboys are fighting the Indians, and it's the typical cowboys and Indian fight. The video actually created so much commotion on social media that shortly after it premiered, the video was pulled from YouTube. The video was considered to be inaccurate and insensitive appropriation of the American culture, which after kind of reviewing it, it absolutely was. That, from what I've learned in college, is not what Native American culture looks like whatsoever. And so basically, to wrap this up, before this class I didn't really realize how much Native American culture is inappropriated in popular American music. And I feel like that is also why there's so much cultural confusion when it comes to this, because a lot of people's knowledge on Native American culture is so lacking because we had these stereotypes built up at such young age. So I think if we didn't have that, this misappropriation would not be so bad. So I think when it all comes together, it kind of leads to like how children are taught about Native American culture. But yeah, that's it.